Okay, welcome to video on RL networks. So let us consider a network having an inductor with value of L and the resistance value R. So let us assume that the inductor has got the initial current of I naught being stored in that. So let us try to understand, okay, what is the expression for I at any given time. So in order to obtain an expression for I of t for this particular RL network, so let us try to find out what is the voltage drop across this particular resistor because of the current that is flowing through the circuit. So this is now the drop across the inductor. By applying KVL to this particular circuit, I can write the drop across the resistor as VR. So VR, since it is voltage drop, I am taking it as positive, and there is one more voltage drop which is voltage across the inductor. Let me write it as VL is equal to 0. So this is my KVL for this particular loop. So I know that I can write VR, the voltage across resistor is nothing but I into R, and voltage across the inductor because of a current I can write it as equal to L di by dt, where L is the inductance of the inductor. So now this is the expression, the second expression. So let me just slightly rewrite this expression as L into di by dt is equal to minus I into R. I can see, just keep in mind, I want to get an expression for I of t. So now this can be further rewritten as di by dt is equal to minus I R by L. Let me again further rewrite as di by I is equal to minus of R by L into dt. Now you integrate this over the initial condition of I naught to I of t, and you integrate this over 0 to, of course, 0 to t. Now if I integrate this, so then this will become ln of I with limit starting from I naught to I of t, and this will become minus of t r in r by L with limit being applied from 0 to t. So by applying the limit of I naught as a lower limit and I of t as the upper limit, I can rewrite this particular expression as ln of I of t minus of ln of I naught is equal to, okay, you can take RL, and of course this is equal to minus of t. So I can rewrite this as ln of I of t by I naught is equal to minus t r by L. Now taking exponential on either side, so I can write this as I of t by I naught is equal to e to the power of minus t r by L, or I can write the expression for I of t as equal to I naught into e power minus t r by L. So this is the expression for current at any given time for this RL network, which is not having any source being connected to this. So this is a free source. It is not having any source at all. So this is a free source free network, RL network. So for this source free RL network, assuming a current of I naught being initially stored in this inductor, as soon as I connect a resistor to this is the expression for I of t at any given time, that is, this is t. So I can also write this in the form of I of t is equal to I naught e power minus t by tau. So where tau is nothing but the time constant, so tau is actually given by L by R, because you have this as this R by L is actually equal to 1 over tau, so that I can write tau is equal to L by R. So for a source free RL network which is not having any source, for excitation, assuming a current of I naught being stored in this inductor initially, if you connect a resistor to this, so we will end up with the expression for current is given by I naught, which is the initial current, multiplied by e power minus t by tau, where tau is the time constant of the circuit, which is nothing but L by R. So let us take up an example and try to understand this equation, then try to get the current values for the given problem. So let us write a problem. Let us consider a problem where we have an inductor is there with value 0.5 Henry. So this is my inductor, and I have a resistor of 2 ohm connected in parallel with this, and I have one more resistor of 4 ohm, and I have a dependent voltage source which is plus minus 3i. So 3i, okay, now this is the current I am talking about, and this is ix. Now it is given that I naught is equal to 10 ampere. So assuming a initial current of 10 ampere flowing through this inductor, we are asked to find what is I of t and what is Ix of t. Ix of t. So we know that I of t is nothing but the current through the inductor at any given time is given by, so I naught e power minus t by tau. So where, of course, I can further write this as I naught into e power minus t r by L. For this particular circuit, I know the value of I naught. So let us try to understand, okay, to get the expression for I of t. So this I know the value of R. Sorry, I don't know the value of R. I know the value of L. Because why I don't know the value of R is because you have this resistance, and there is a current dependent voltage source. So I have a voltage source which depends on the current I, which is flowing through this particular inductor, which is a zero 0.5 Henry inductor. So let us try to find out what is R from this circuit. So what is the R equivalent? Okay, when I say R, it is the resistance that is existing towards the right side of this particular inductor. So what is the effective, because I should certainly make this equal to something like this. So this is my R, this is my L. So I know the value of L, which is 0.5 Henry, but I don't know the value of R. In place of R, I have this entire thing. So I want to know what is the resistance offered by this network. So in order to find what is the resistance offered by this network, let us retain this circuit as it is. I'm just retaining this 2 ohm, this is 4 ohm, and of course I have this dependent source which is 3 into I. So now what I'll do is I'll just write this now. So I will write this as my, so I will write a dummy source which is Vx, which is Vx here. So let me write this as Vx, a dummy source of amplitude 1 volt. Let us consider a current of I1. Let us consider one more current which is I2. So you know that, okay, 3I1 was the magnitude of this dependent source. Instead of I, which is flowing through this, since I have replaced this by a known dummy source of 1 volt, so this, instead of I will write it as I1. So this is I1, this is I2. You can just write it as, this is your loop current I1, this is the second loop current I2. Let us try to write the KVL for these two loops. So when I write the KVL for these two loops, so you know that now I can write the KVL of this is now 2 into I1 minus I2, and of course you have one more voltage drop which is equal to plus 1 is equal to 0. This now becomes 2I1 minus I2 is equal to minus 1. I1 minus I2 is equal to minus half. Sorry, it is I1 minus I2 is equal to actually minus of half. So this is the difference in current. I1 minus I2 is given by now minus half. You can also write, okay, let us take this as equation A. Let us write the loop equation for this. So which happens to be, we can write it as 2 I2 minus I1, and then plus 4 I2, then minus 3 I1 is equal to 0. So now this becomes 6 I2 minus of this is 2 I1 minus of 3 I1 is equal to 0. This ultimately becomes 6 I2 is equal to 5 I1, or I can write I2 as equal to 5 by 6 I1, 5 by 6 I1. So this is the expression for I2. So I know the expression for I2. I know the expression for I1 minus I2 as this. So this is equation B and equation A. So since you have two equations and two unknowns, you can easily solve what is the values of I1 and I2. So upon a very simple calculation, you're going to get I1 as equal to minus 3 amperes. Suppose if I consider this as this is Vx, if I consider this as Ix, so since I1 is equal to minus of Ix, or Ix is equal to minus of I1, which is equal to now 3 amperes. So why I require this Ix is because you are supposed to find what is the resistance, that is equivalent resistance, that you are seeing towards this right side. So we know that now R equivalent is nothing but Vx by Ix. So I know that Vx is equal to 1 volt and Ix is equal to 3 amperes. So R equivalent is actually 1 over 3 ohms. So why do I require this R equivalent is because I was supposed to know what is this equivalent resistance of this network. We actually found the equivalent resistance of this network because you had a dependent source. So when you have a dependent source, let me have a dummy source here, apply the Thevenin's theorem and try to find out what is Ix. So once you know Ix, so Vx by Ix happens to be the internal resistance of this entire network, which is found out to be 1 over 3 ohms. So now what you have is, you have something like this now. So what we have now is, this is my R equivalent and this is my L, having a current I0 is equal to 10 ampere. Now I'm looking at what is I. The expression for I is now equal to I0 e power minus TR by L. TR by L. So we know the value of I0 as 10 e power minus T. The value of R is actually, so you can see this is the value of R, which is 1 over 3. The value of L is actually 1 by 2. So this is half. So that you can write it as now 10 e power minus 2 t by 3. So this is the expression for I of t, which is, this is the current expression. But what is asked here is, you are supposed to find the current that is going into the inductor. What we have found is actually the current that is going out of the inductor. To be very frank, this current expression of I is actually equal to, suppose if you write it as some, okay, let me write this as Ix, so let me just write as some IP. This is IP is equal to so and so. But since you are interested in knowing this current I, so this I is nothing but minus of IP of t, which is now equal to minus 10 e power minus 2t by 3. So we are interested in the current that is flowing through this inductor. Now that is given by minus 10 into e power minus 2t by 3. So this is the expression for okay, this is the expression for I. So once we know the expression for I, so we are now supposed to find the expression for Ix. So this is what the next expression, that is Ix, is. So to find the expression for Ix, okay, let us find the expression for Ix now. This is what is Ix is. if I can know what is the voltage across this resistor, if I know what is the voltage across this resistor, so voltage divided by this resistance happens to be Ix. So how do I find the voltage across this resistor? The voltage across this resistor is nothing but the voltage across this inductor, because they are coming in parallel. I can certainly find out what is the voltage V. V is now actually is equal to L into di by dt. L into di by dt. So since I know the value of L as 0.5, d by dt of I is nothing but 10 e power minus 2t by 3. So upon taking the derivative of this one, now this is 0.5 into now this will be 10 into minus 2 by 3 into e power minus 2t by 3. So this is the expression for your voltage, which happens to be now. So now you can write the expression for this as equal. Now this will become, the expression for this will be now first you can write this as 0.5, and this will become, this is now minus 10 by 3 e power minus 2t by 3 is the expression for voltage. This is the expression for voltage. Now you know the expression for voltage now, but what is the expression for Ix? The expression for Ix is nothing but V divided by 2. V divided by 2. What is this 2 here? Because 2 is the resistance of this resistor. This is the resistance of the resistor. So since Ix is equal to V by 2, which is now is equal to minus 10 by 3 e power minus 2t by 3 divided by 2. So now this happens to be minus 10 by 6 e power minus 2t by 3, which is now is equal to minus 1.66 e power minus 2t by 3. So this is the expression for Ix. This is the expression for Ix. So we have the expression for Ix and I given by these two terms, these two equations. So this way we can able to find what is the expression for the current that is flowing through the inductor having a equivalent resistance of 1 over 3 ohms, and we can certainly find out what is the current that is flowing through this inductor at any given time, because I want to know what is the current that is flowing in this inductor, which is I. Certainly I can find out what is the current that is flowing in this resistor, which is of 2 ohm. So in this case you can see we are certainly utilizing the expression of current flowing through the inductor at any given time is given by I naught into e power minus T R by L. So this is the equation what we are using, which have been derived in the previous derivation.